When I finally sat down and totaled everything up,
I think we're at $96,000 in student loan debt.
the thought of paying off a student loan till the age of 50, 55 just drove me nuts.
It seemed normal. Every time we talked about it, like when we brought it up with our family, they would say student loan debt is a good debt.
A good debt, yeah. I would say before financial peace, I felt like I was on a marathon that was never gonna end. Like I knew debts would be paid off, but it just felt like this was a lifetime.
I felt just worried and wanting to hide from what we had gotten ourselves into. The minute we decided we were gonna do this, we literally ran with it.
Now, after financial peace, I feel like there's an end, right? There's hope.
I feel like a sense of peace literally has just washed over me.
More so than anything, definitely feel more connected to her than ever.
All right, you guys, thank you so much for being here. I so appreciate it because your story, when I heard about it, I was like, oh, I want them to come on the show and talk about your journey because you're on a very significant journey right now in life. Mm-hmm. And so tell me a little bit about where all this began.
I mean, basically, we had a mound of debt and we realized, well, more of Melvin realized that we really need to get rid of it. And eventually he got to the point where he was so frustrated with our student loan debt, our credit card debt, and probably frustrated with me.
So you're the free spirit.
Oh, definitely.
Total nerd.
He's
There you go.
Total nerd.
We're on the same team. Yay to free spirits. Okay, so that is one thing I get a lot is the reluctant spouse, right? The spouse that like won't come on board. Okay, so since you were the reluctant spouse, what would you tell a spouse that is like Melvin who wants to be on board? What would you say? Okay, this is the best way to get your free spirits honed in. What were things that helped you?
I mean, he really wanted me to get on board, but he also gave me my space to make sure, you know, I joined him on my own terms instead of just trying to drag me into it. And honestly, just seeing the worry and the fear, and I don't want him to feel like that.
Yep.
I want him to, you know, realize he's doing a great job providing for us. So I want to make sure that I made him feel like that.
Yes.
And if me being on board was going to help him and us doing this together is going to help out our family, then that's what I'm going to do too.
Yeah. So the why behind it was
Absolutely.
huge. Yeah.
He got to the point where he said we need to change, and he talked about ordering Financial Peace University over and over again. And eventually one night, you know, I told him, I said, if you want it so bad, just go order it.
It was kind of towards the tail end of the pay period. We didn't have anything, maybe $150 left in our bank account.
Wow,
and so we're like, look, if I'm going to do this, going to do it now.
Okay, so what I think is so significant is that could have just been another night, right? Like you just bought something online, it wasn't a big deal. But you remember the night. You remember the time of day. You remember exactly where you guys were. So this was a huge pivotal point. Like it will be a memory that you probably have for the rest of your life, that moment that you decided to make that commitment to do something different is what it amounts to. So you guys started Financial Peace University, you got into the dumping debt section about getting out of debt. Okay, and then tell me what happened from there.
I think that dumping debt lesson just lit a fire in me. And I just got out of bed. I said, this is dumb. We can't do this anymore. I got the scissors. I said, we're cutting all these up. So, you know, sometimes it's hard to admit that we had 17 credit cards, you know, and it felt so good to get rid of them. It really did.
It became a whole Saturday ordeal. So literally it must have been 7 a.m. by the time we were done with the lesson, getting the two girls up, breakfast, and then literally laying all the credit cards, letting our girls see that. And they're like, what are these, right? And what is this for? I still remember our 4-year-old asking us, well, like, what are we doing? And just giving her that experience so that she knows not to go down this path.
Yeah.
And that's it. And that's like what I always tell people when they're getting out of debt. And those of you getting out of debt currently, you probably have felt this because we say you have to be sick and tired of being sick and tired.
Yes.
Like it's this point, like we're done.
Yes.
Like I talk to some people and they're like, yeah, I think it'd be kind of fun to get out of debt. And I'm like, yeah, girl, that's gonna take you a long time. Like, like you can wonder your way in. You cannot wonder your way out. It has to be intentional and there has to be a lot of sacrifice. So you guys started paying off that debt. You cut up the credit cards. You started down this path. And you guys currently, you've paid off all your credit card debt already, right?
Oh, yeah.
We're completely out of credit card debt.
Which was how much?
Maybe about $10,000 in credit card.
Yes.
Give or take.
But since we started Financial Peace, we've paid off $19,000 in our whole total debt.
And you guys, that's in a couple of months, isn't it?
Yeah,
10 weeks.
10 weeks. Okay, so what do you attribute that to? Like, do you look at it and you're like, we're not intentional before and now we're budgeting? Is it that you're making lifestyle sacrifices? Like, how do you pay off $19,000 in a few months? Like, that's insane.
We have definitely ran with the envelope system. I think that's been the biggest thing that's helped us, because we overspent a lot in going out and restaurant money. And when that envelope runs out, you're done.
Out. And if you guys don't know what it is, it's like the best system. And I did it for so long. So you cash out categories in your budget that you tend to overspend on. Most people, restaurants, groceries, clothing, all of that. So you actually have physical cash. And it's a great accountability.
Yes.
Because you see the cash, and when it is gone, like you said, it's gone. And you have to make a different decision on what you're going to do.
Now it's like we're on the same page. We're looking at the same budget. Mm-hmm. We know how much we're spending for every category. And the discipline that comes in behind it, after a while, you just become to say, I really spent that much in this area? Like, what am I buying? It just really gets you to start questioning certain areas. And just like you said, definitely having the same goals.
Totally, because that's what I always tell people is like, when you can agree on your money, you're agreeing on more than money. Like, you're agreeing on your goals, on your dreams, where you want to go as a family, on your fears. Like, so much is tied into money. So what in your marriage has changed throughout this process?
Definitely our financial communication. And it was funny, a few months before we started, he actually wanted to sit down and he asked me, what are our goals for the future? And I was just like, I don't know. I was like, I'm not sure. But now I don't get frustrated with that question anymore, because I know exactly what we want to do. And, when we get out of debt, we want to make sure our girls have money for college, so they're never in the student loan debt that we're in. That's another definitely a big part of what we're struggling with is our student loan debt. And we don't ever want them to be part of that.
Yeah. Even if you're past the steps, maybe you're right now investing or saving for kids' college, whatever it is, no matter where you are, you're like, okay, we have a goal. And so now every dollar, we're just going to be intentional with where it goes. Yes. And it adds up so much over time. So you guys, how much debt do you have left in your...
When we started Financial Peace University, we had $116,000, and now we are down to 100.
Probably a little south of 100.
So you're tracking. Do y'all have a date in your mind? Like, have you tracked it out where you're like, our goal?
Yeah. So if nothing else were to change today, right? We're 36 months out, but now it's really just being more intentional about what else can we adjust here. Do we really need to spend? We're really having more of those discussions.
Yeah. So would you say you're like in a totally different mind, emotional space than you were 6 months ago, a year ago?
Absolutely. I think the biggest thing I keep telling him is, even though we're not even halfway through with our debt snowball, and we're not quite there yet, I have a sense of peace and just relief, and I don't feel the weight anymore, because we have our plan, we know what we're doing, and it's an amazing feeling.
Well, thank you guys so much again for coming on and sharing your story. I mean, are they not incredible? Like, right now, if you don't want to run through a brick wall, I don't know what your problem is, people. Seriously, I mean, it is just remarkable. When you gain control of your money, they are living proof of it, that you have control and you have peace. And you guys, I mean, they still are in their journey of getting out of debt, but the peace of mind that comes with having a plan and knowing what to do, it changes everything. And Financial Peace University, it is seriously one of the best things you can do. If you've not signed up, sign up. Click the link below, get more information. And if you want to know more about the envelope system, which is amazing too, I'll put a link down below of a video that I shot earlier on that. So make sure to check that out. You guys, you're awesome. Thanks so much again.
Thank you.